হ্যালো মাই লাভিং ফিউচার ডক্টরস, ওয়েলকাম টু মাই চ্যানেল হেল্প স্টাডি। চলো দ্য লিভিং ওয়ার্ল্ড থেকে আমরা MCQ পড়ি। ডাইভার্সিটি ইন দ্য লিভিং ওয়ার্ল্ড। লেটস স্টার্ট আওয়ার ক্লাস। Biosystematics aims at option A, the classification of organisms based on broad morphological characters. Option B, delimiting various taxa of organisms and establishing their relationships. Option C, the classification of organisms based on their evolutionary history and establishing their phylogeny on the totality of various parameters from all fields of studies. Option D, identification and arrangement of organisms on the basis of their cytological characteristics. Right option C, the classification of organisms based on their evolutionary history and establishing their phylogeny on the totality of various parameters from all fields of studies. Next, dash is the branch of science dealing with identification, nomenclature and classification of organisms. Option A, morphology. Option B, anatomy. Option C, ecology. Option D, taxonomy. Right option D, taxonomy. Next, first step in taxonomy is option A, description of the organism. Option B, identification of the organism. Option C, nomenclature of the organism. Option D, classification of the organism. Option B, identification of the organism. Next, ICBN is option A, International Code of Biological Naming. Option B, International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Option C, International Class of Biological Nomenclature. Option D, International Classification of Biological Nomenclature. Right option B, International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Next, founder of binomial nomenclature was option A, Linnaeus. Option B, Mendel. Option C, Darwin. Option D, Lamarck. Right option, Linnaeus. Next, which of the following holds true for scientific nomenclature? Option A, naming of living organisms in English language. Option B, naming of particular organism by the same name all over the world. Option C, naming of living organism in such a manner that it may cause less confusion. Option D, naming of living organisms in such a manner that it becomes easy to pronounce. Right option B, naming of particular organism by the same name all over the world. Next, most names in biological nomenclature of living organisms are taken from which language? A, option A, Hindi. Option B, Latin. Option C, German. Option D, French. Right option B, Latin. Next, plants were given Latin names because it is a option A, simple language. Option B, common language. Option C, dead language. Option D, none of these. Right option C, dead language. Next, in the binomial system of taxonomy developed during the 18th century by Carolus Linnaeus, the second word of an organism's biological name represents option A, species. Option B, genus. Option C, race. Option D, family. Right option, species. Okay, thank you. Love you all.